The quiet before Emily was free. At least, that's what she told herself. Weeks had passed since she escaped the house. The news had moved on. No one believed her story. The land where the house once stood was silent. No structure, no foundation, just overgrown grass and flickering shadows under the trees. But she knew better. The house hadn't been destroyed, it had retreated, like a predator watching from the tall grass, waiting. 2. Echoes in the mirror. At night, the whispers returned, soft at first, then louder, more urgent. Open and finish it. Close quote. Open quote. We're still inside. Close quote. Open quote. The house never forgets. Close quote. Her mirrors warped again. Not all the time, but in glimpses. She would pass by and catch her reflection, blinking a second too late, or smiling when she wasn't, or standing in a hallway that didn't exist. And once, just once, she saw herself again, the child version, trapped behind the glass, mouth open in a silent scream, slamming her fists against the barrier. Emily stared into the mirror. Tell me how to end this. The lights flickered, and a single word appeared on the glass in frost. Open quote. Inside. Close quote. 3. The house reborn Ashgrove Lane had been abandoned, roads blocked. Locals avoided it, murmuring superstitions. Emily walked the trail alone, the fog curling around her legs like vines. And then, in the clearing where the house once stood, it had returned. Wren House stood taller now, changed. It looked newer but wrong, its angles too sharp, its windows too deep, its walls breathing slightly like lungs under wallpaper. This wasn't a rebuild, it was an evolution, a memory house reborn, and had been waiting for her. IV, the final room. She stepped inside. This time, the house didn't resist. It welcomed her. The halls shifted, doors opened before she could touch them. Lights flickered in sequence, guiding her deeper. She didn't stop until she reached it. The Room of Echoes, a place that hadn't existed in the real house. Its walls were made of mirrors, all cracked and humming with trapped memories. Each one reflected a version of her, crying, screaming, silent, angry. Some were still children, others aged, hollow-eyed, broken. She stood in the center. You kept parts of me, she whispered. The room pulsed in reply. You fed on my grief, my silence. A voice came from behind her. Open quote. You offered it freely. Close quote. She turned. The archivist stood there, unchanged. You could have let the pain surface, let it pass through, but no, like so many, you buried it, gave it shape, let it rot inside. This ends now, she said. He held out the book one last time. This is the final chapter. The archive burns, Emily opened the book. All her memories, real and twisted, flooded the pages. Her mother's cries, her father's desperation, the child locked in a closet, the whispers in the walls. But this time, she didn't look away. She accepted them, all of them. I'm not your host anymore, she said to the house, to the mirrors, to the archivist. I won't feed you. The pages caught fire. Not from a match, but from within. Each memory burned golden and pure. Each reflection cracked. The child version of herself stepped out of the last mirror and took her hand. The room screamed. The collapse. The house began to unravel. The walls crumbled. The hallways melted. The archivist shrieked, no longer human. His eyes hollow, face distorted, form unraveling into smoke. You were my favorite story, he hissed before vanishing. Emily ran, dragging her younger self with her. But there was no exit now, only walls of mirrors folding inward, cracking, swallowing themselves in fire and black mist. The house wailed like a dying beast. And then, nothing. 7. Awakening. Emily awoke in a hospital bed. She had been missing for 2 days. Found wandering near Ashgrove Lane, barefoot, whispering names no one recognized. They said she had amnesia, but she remembered everything. She remembered her. The child. The memory. The part of herself she had abandoned. Vate, a new reflection. Months passed, Emily moved away, started over. She kept one thing, a small mirror, the only object that survived the collapse. Sometimes it ripples, sometimes it whispers. But no one lives inside it anymore, because Emily does not run from her pain now. She listens, she remembers, and the house that fed on grief and silence, has no more power, because what you face cannot feed on you. If you liked this story, please subscribe to the channel and like the video.